What is up, guys? Welcome you faces to a guideline video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Waffle Stomps and reacting to his stream that he did on Let's discuss DOJ reaction to head administration explanation. Um, Waffle, let's just start with some of the basics. I am no longer in DOJ. I sort of regret it now. I've heard about and seen some of the changes they've done, and I do think that it was the worst decision for me to leave. I also didn't leave on a very good note either, and which I am completely apologetic to as well. I didn't leave just I didn't just leave. Well, I did, but I didn't. I caused myself some trouble as I left the community. I got myself banned, and I do apologize to the entirety of DOJ and whoever I had affected by what I did. What I did is not really important, but I will tell you. I will tell you what I did, but it's not completely necessary to this video. I just messed around on the radio a couple times. When I say a couple times, I went on the radio and started like removing people from calls and pressing panic buttons and just causing a whole lot of issues because I didn't think I was ever going to want to go back. I thought I was done. I thought DOJ was also done, and I didn't really realize what I had done until I'd finished doing it. And then I also moved some things on the website as well, which I probably shouldn't have done. Little things like that got me banned, and yeah, I'm not proud of it. And I do regret leaving DOJ because I do feel that there would have been DOJ is still going, it's still going to go, and stuff like that. I think I was kind of dragged into this idea that DOJ was going to die completely, and very quickly, and it obviously hasn't done that. And so therefore I do want to apologize to anyone that I caused any disruption to the gaming in when I did that. However, we're going to be moving on, and we're going to be discussing this video that came out. So if you haven't seen it, Darian, is now second in command in DOJ. He and Matt took over. Filthy Phoenix, I think his name is Filthy Phoenix, took over. Matt is 1 Alpha 1, and Darian is 1 Alpha 2. Polecat left, Ghost left, blah 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 blah. Waffle left a considerable amount of time ago. He was a media member within DOJ, and he did leave very very long ago. There are some points that I've seen. I haven't seen the entirety of this stream, so I haven't seen exactly what is said and what is happening, but I have seen bits and pieces, and some of the stuff that I want to discuss within this video, I want to kind of go against him. So if you are a fan, I do apologize, but if you're not, then this might be letting some insight into to that, because he brings up some points that I just don't necessarily agree with or completely understand, where he's coming from and how he's worked those things out from not being in the community. So what I'm going to be doing is going to just reacting and reacting to what he says, and you know how a reaction video works. I don't know how to explain it to you, but if you haven't seen it, go and watch Darian's stream, and then if you want to watch Waffles and then mine, then I would do that too. But I don't agree with most of the stuff that he said from what I've seen. There may be bits that I do agree with, and that's fine, but this is kind of just a reaction video to what he said. So we're gonna go through that, and we're just gonna have a look. Okay.
Address the DOJ thing and his new position as 1 Alpha 2 or whatever the fuck. But there's a ton of shit we need to talk about here. A lot of people have been, myself included, have been calling it out on Twitter. But what's really interesting about Darian's stream is it's full of fucking lies and inconsistencies, and I haven't seen all of it. So I was in admin.
Do you know what's really funny? He's gone straight in at Darian for this, like saying that he's lying. He's lots of lies and inconsistencies, and there probably is. I haven't seen the full length of Darian's either. There might be. However, that he's taking this a bit far, I feel. The way I have to look at this is that this is turning into like a war between someone who's not even in DOJ and has a community. I'm pretty sure he has a community or something. It's probably gone to shit. I don't really like the guy. I think he's very arrogant, and I don't think he understands fully what happened. He hasn't been in DOJ. He might just be getting his information from people that are in DOJ, and we know how rumors start, we know how rumors end, and we know how bits of information fed from one person to the other, like Chinese whispers, doesn't always end well, and also goes the opposite direction. But calling him a liar and stuff, and I don't know. I have my own opinion.
Min chat in our new 5M community in Flipside with a couple of guys. I thought, oh, let's watch this together. For 2 minutes later, I was like, fuck this. I can't even stand this. So there is a ton of shit. There is an absolute ton of shit. So if you are in chat right now, you do know guys from DOJ, guys ex-DOJ, guys that are going to be interested in this, fucking send it to them, because this is going to be important. And I am going to put it up on YouTube, because one of the things I said on Twitter the other day, and this is probably going to be the essence of this stream, but I'm going to show you a lot of stuff in between, is you can fucking change the driver, but the car is still going to fucking leak oil. Am I right? It's just...
Okay, so that terminology doesn't really help. The driver, yes, is the idea of that. That metaphor, whatever you want to call it, he's just said that you can change the driver, but the car will still leak oil. It's a gaming community, and from what I've heard, from what they're doing and what I've seen, they're actually changing a lot of stuff that Polecat didn't actually have. So since Polecat stepped down, and and Darian and Matt have come in to lead the community, they have promised, and I'm pretty sure they actually have made changes already to certain rules and regulations and policies and stuff that are already in the works of changing. And I have seen that, and stuff like that. So there is that. Um, to say that the community is still going to leak oil, the community may still leak oil, but at least it's changed hands. I mean, if you're going to say that the drivers change, but the car's still going to leak oil, at least the new driver might realize that it's leaking oil, and will make changes and make repairs to try and fix that. I mean, let's go with that.
Thank you, thanks, Chili. It is fucking cringeworthy. The way that Darian has tried to frame it and stand back and go, I didn't know shit. Well, we're going to go through that. We're going to expose every single one of Darian's lies in this stream, on his stream. We're going to go through his stream, and we're going to say, that's a lie because XYZ. And we're going to go through and we're going to pull it apart.
I can already tell you that he didn't really do that. He kind of goes through it and just brings up the same kind of points every time. But we'll go through it, and we'll do the exact same thing to his. We'll just call out his fake ass points, and we'll go from there. I mean, yeah, you'll see what I mean.
Step by step, and I'm going to show you. So, look, let's kick off. Let's just get this shit going, by the way. Hey, James, let's kick this shit off. Let's actually kick this shit off. We're going to pause it at times. We're going to do the usual reaction. So this is going to be a reaction, because I have not seen much of this at all. It's
He's like me. I haven't seen much of this either.
It's Jesus, Tom, fucking hell, mate, ease up. Beyond fucked. So, let's listen to Darian.
Just want him to get started, man.
There's a lot of speculation and a lot of trolls going around.
Trolls? What, people just saying this is shit behavior? That's not trolling. That's just calling out really, really fucked up behavior.
Right. I'm pretty sure what he means by trolls is that there's people going around and escalating the situation more than it needs to be. Trolls are people who get under people's skin and try and cause drama that doesn't need to be dramatized. There's people out there that are exaggerating points of what's happened that haven't actually happened, but they're escalating it to the point where they're trolls. That's what Darian means by trolls. There's people out there who are causing problems where there doesn't need to be problems. That's what he means by trolls. They're not people trying to expose the truth. They are trolls. And unfortunately, he doesn't understand what a troll is. So
There's a lot of people with misinformation
Interesting.
on what transpired. First things first, I want to say one of the biggest questions that I've been getting is what's the future for DOJ look like? The
Yeah,
future for
that's fair.
DOJ is going to continue. DOJ is going to continue to operate. My hat is a little sideways and it's bothering me. DOJ is going to continue to operate.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, DOJ is going to continue to operate. They got Matt at 1 Alpha 1, Darren at 1 Alpha 2. It's going to take a while for that community to die. A community of multiple thousands of members does not die overnight. He's right. He's spot on there.
Operate just fine. People have been worrying.
I love the fact I love how he like worded that. I don't know if he's trying to, but to me it sounds like he's trying to be sarcastic in a way. Like he's saying, "Oh, a community like that is so big, like that doesn't just die overnight, guys, but it will." He's trying to make out like it will die. He doesn't know that, and unfortunately, he doesn't know that at all. There's no way in knowing that will die. And the thing that people forget to realize is that there is no new videos coming out from Polkat, correct? But his videos are still there on YouTube. The community is still being advertised on YouTube by Polkat, who is a big YouTuber. I don't condone what he did. First of all, let me just put that there. I don't condone anything he did, and I don't think it's right. I think it's disgusting, and was one of the reasons I actually left. But because I didn't think he was going to step down. He did, and then I was like, actually, I still want to leave anyway. So, but what I'm saying is he's trying to be funny about about DOJ, and it actually will die. He could be wrong. I don't know. He might be right. It may die. It may take a little while, but he doesn't have to be funny about it. You know, it will die or it won't. I don't know why it bothers him so much that DOJ might die. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he's got such a big aggression against. Maybe we'll learn about it, but I don't understand why he's got a big stick up his ass about it.
About like finances, things like that, guys. I'll tell you, I saw the monthly cost of DOJ. Between me and Matt split, we could easily pay for DOJ for the next like 4 years.
Okay, let me tell you something. Darian has
please.
what fucking, I don't know how many subs. Who knows? But let's have an honest discussion here about media team at DOJ in particular.
Oh Christ, we've gone
You
off
have
on a tangent.
a group of people that don't necessarily have high paying real life.
Just saying, this is. I don't think. From what I'm hearing right now, I don't think this point has anything to do, with what Darian just said.
Life jobs. So they rely on the income they get from DOJ media team, which is significant. It is a significant thing, right? For most people. So,
as a DOJ media member, I can guarantee you that a lot of the media members actually weren't making a lot of money at all from streaming. I know that on a good month, if I had a really good month, and I tell you there were not very many of them, on a really good month, I would make maybe £200+ or dollars, whatever you want to call it. You do not make, and I was one of the bigger, media members there. There was a lot more that came, and a lot more media members that came in and stuff like that. And in my personal opinion, there was too many media members. I think they branched it out too wide, gave too many people the opportunity, and unfortunately made viewership very spread thin. It made viewership spread very thinly across. But him saying that it's sufficient, it's a significant amount of money, it's not true. Unless you are someone like Boston Alex or Darian or Ghost, or not even Ghost, really. Ghost didn't even get that much, I don't think, because there's things about him, but we won't discuss that now. There's unless you are one of the bigger ones that get maybe 50, 60, like Boston Axe was on, like, he had a lot of bits. You go on here and see his bits count and his stuff. And I love Boston. I think he was a great guy, and I think he was really funny and stuff like that. But if you go on his stream and see compared to what I was doing, unless you're one of those big guys who do get a lot of viewership like Darian or them, you really did not make a lot of money from streaming DOJ. I don't know why he's making out that you do. You really don't. I think he's trying to exaggerate his point a little bit here with that, but you really don't make enough to do anything with. So
the reason why a lot of the media guys, now this says something, in the peak of all the DOJ issues, they've gone from 32 media members down to 10. 32 for 10. And these are people that are probably the most invested because they literally get an income from creating DOJ content. So to step away from creating DOJ content is a massive values decision. And I congratulate.
It's not really a valueless decision at all. It's either I was not making enough from DOJ to even have that a sufficient income from it at all. And even if he's saying that it's worth the money, that was, remember what I said was on a good month. A bad month, sometimes I wouldn't make anything. I'd go months without making any money because on Twitch you have to make a certain amount of money before you can withdraw it. And unless you've got that viewership and those people who want to donate to you or whatever, I maybe didn't have that, and that's perfectly fine. I didn't do it for the money. I wasn't in it for the money. I obviously liked the money. That is a given. I did enjoy the money coming from it, and that was great. But I don't do streaming for the money. The streaming is, and I know a lot of people that say this, and it might come up as cringe, but I do it just because I enjoy it. If I don't want to stream, I don't stream. As you can see, I haven't streamed in a very long time. I haven't done it for a long time. And you will see that I don't do it very often because sometimes I'm just not feeling up to it. And if I'm not feeling up to it, I won't do it. It's not like I must stream because I need the money. I'm not that kind of person, but I do it because I want to stream. I want to stream a game to maybe give someone else a chance to get away. I don't do it for the money, and it's definitely was not a hard decision for me to go, oh no, I'm media. I did not go, oh no, I'm media team. I'm going to lose that bigger amount of money that's going to come from DOJ content. No. Maybe some people did. Maybe Boston Alex did. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure. Maybe he did do that. But any other DOJ media members, I think, probably just left and went, yeah, I'm done. If it went from like 32, whatever he said, down to 10, I don't think you can say that was a hard decision for most people. I'm not sure that's what you can say.
And fucking celebrate any media member that stood down in the last few weeks because of what's been exposed. That is putting values above your income. Darian has not done anything like that. And in fact, what you're going to see...
I disagree. I think Darian has done something with that. I do think there are things that Darian shouldn't have done. However, I do think saying that Darian has done nothing with his values, he's stepped up to take over a community which is could have been destroyed by one person. He stepped up and did that. He stepped up and took the role, and he's trying to make it better. And I do think that he can do that. I don't think saying that he has done nothing is a good argument because one, Waffle's not in DOJ anymore. Like myself, I'm not, but I'm still saying that he hasn't been in it for a long time, and therefore his points and stuff is a bit shaky. Unfortunately, he's not making full sense. I don't know what values he wanted. Did he want Darian to leave? Is that what he wanted? Did he want Darian to step down? Did he want Darian to completely leave the community? I think Waffle is so stuck on having his community get really big that he wants. DOJ is one of his biggest competitors, probably. If he's even in the ballpark for that, I'm not sure what his community's at. I'm not even sure what his community's called. Waffle's one either, but I feel like Waffle was expecting DOJ to go down in a ball of fire, and I'm not sure where he got his ideas from. But maybe he was in the same boat as me because I, at one point, also did think that DOJ was going to go down, and whittle to nothing. I didn't expect it to happen overnight, like he said it won't happen overnight, but I did expect it to happen eventually. I'm not sure if that's just because I'm not sure if he's wanting this to happen because his community needs to thrive or it's not doing very well. I don't know.
Is Darian actively telling media members to ban Brandon, who is an alleged victim in this situation, from their Discords, simply because he was...
I didn't get a message from Darian saying anything of the sort. I never got any sort. I don't remember seeing any announcements saying you need to get rid of. I don't think we should have. If you want to ban Brandon, I don't remember seeing any any announcement of that happening. I don't remember seeing that, and it might have. Do you know why it might have been that? It's like when anyone leaves DOJ in a big old tantrum, and it was actually sorry, bad choice of words. Tantrum is not the right word, but if when someone leaves DOJ and causes a big riff, a big wave of something happening, like a big ripple effect, um, for us as streamers, it's good just to shut down the situation because people come in our chats that will support Brandon and will escalate. They're the trolls that Darian was talking about at the start. Those people will come from Brandon and from Brandon's social media and stuff and find the DOJ media members and will put in chat stuff like, "Oh my god," they'll start trolling about the situation, which makes it less when someone trolls about a situation as serious as it has been. Do apologize about that. When someone has trolled about the situation at hand, um, you will you understand that once you start trolling about that certain serious situation, the people who troll about it make it less serious. Because they make it so it's not as affected as effective as it should be, and it should have been a very effective. But the trolls and stuff for us as media members who are trying to be just content creators in a gaming community, are just trying to stream and get on with our stream career. We shut the situation down, and by doing that, we minimize us getting in any trouble with Twitch and things like that, and monetization and stuff. We shut it down. We squeeze it until it's gone. If that means banning people, that's what we're gonna do. And anyway, I Twitch banned Brandon, so Twitch banned Brandon's whole Twitch. He has nothing. So unless he's got that back now, I'm not sure. But at the time, it was probably a week or two after the whole thing came out. I'm not even sure. Maybe a week. Maybe a couple of days. His Twitch was banned. I saw it on Twitter from him. His Twitch got banned. He was out in Twitch and stuff. Again, not commenting on if it was right or not. I don't know. I do think it was right for him to come out and he's very brave of doing that and stuff like that. I have my own opinions on stuff like what he did and stuff, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter to this video. We'll talk about it maybe another time. But it just seems that people are making out that we were muting the situation. It's because it's a gaming community, and we shouldn't have to suffer because of something someone else did. We shouldn't have to deal with that situation because someone else in the community, e.g. Polecat, made terrible and disgusting choices. We should not have to suffer just because we want to stream a game and enjoy it. We shouldn't have to suffer for that. So there's that point.
He's telling his truth. Now, I'm sorry, but if you are actively telling people to silence a victim and then you take over as deputy director of a community...
Okay. He wasn't silenced by us. We're not silencing him. Brandon had very, very well and very, with evidence and everything, made his point. He voiced his story, his story. That's the best way I can put it. What happened to him. He did make that. We do not need it in our Twitch chats, in our Discords. We do not need that. He made it. If people want to find it, if people want to go and look at it, that's up to them. But we will not. I'm standing for myself. I would not want it in my Discord. I would not want it pushed in my Discord and people constantly slating other people and causing loads of drama in my Discord. No, I don't want that. I don't want it in my chat either. So saying he was silencing people in our own, the media team was silencing Brandon and his story. We weren't. We're just people who want to stream a game, who want to play a game and get on with it. Okay, we're not silencing someone. Brandon had done that on his own channel, in his own way. He had put out there his story. He had put his story out there. We did not silence that from happening.
You don't fucking belong in that community, mate. You don't deserve to have any role in that community, and you don't deserve to take your high horse and fucking sit there and say, oh, we're going to survive. Mate, the only reason why it fucking survives is because of members, not because of staff, not because of admin, certainly not because of head admin. But for you to sit there and fucking act
Well, that's the same with any. I don't think. I don't think in any community it survives because of the staff and the staff plus. I don't think in any community that's how that works. You are right, Waffle. It's because of the members, because the members make the community. I'm so glad we're talking about how a community is working and how you need to do that. I'm so glad we're talking about this.
actively tell media members and command media members to ban Brandon Roadrunner from their discords simply because he exposed what was said to him in Snapchat.
That's not why we banned him. We've been over this point, but yeah, we're just gonna bring it up again because he's brought it up again. No one banned him because of what he said and what he did. It was because we don't want it in our own discords. He has made his story. Just because they're not actively supporting and pushing Brandon's story in everyone else's faces, that's not for us to do by any means. So
Over a period of time is a fucking disgrace. Darren, you're a fucking disgrace. Let's keep watching.
harsh. I think very harsh. I don't think he's a disgrace. Very harsh.
DOJ is not as expensive as some people think it is. DOJ is going to operate, especially financially, just fine. You have nothing to worry about with that. I alone could pay for DOJ for the next like 3 years. With me and Matt splitting the cost 50-50. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
He could actively pay for DOJ for the next 6 years.
I'm pretty sure he said 3. But you know, whatever floats your boat, Waffle. You want to make it 6, even though he said 3. Whatever you say, bud.
Who gives a shit? I don't fucking give a shit, Darren.
No, but the people do. You are not the person this evolves around, Waffle. This video evolves with people's questions, and one of the questions, if you were listening with your ear holes, was about the financial side of DOJ and if there was going to be financial issues now that there's not a big YouTuber running it. And that was not the point he was making. Christ.
About finances, because I've been getting that question a lot. Like, how are you going to pay for the community? It's not that expensive. Just definitely relax on that. If DOJ goes down, it will not be because of finances. I can promise you that.
Duh. Fucking duh. It'll probably be because of leadership, as normal.
How do I put this? I'm not sure he's really making a point about anything, Waffle. Waffle, you're not making a point about anything, really, other than you think it's going to go down because of leadership as normal. DOJ hasn't gone down before, though. It's definitely dipped, and quite an exstantial dip, quite a big dip even. I tried to use big words there, it didn't work. Try a big dip, but like it's never gone down to the point where like nearly whittling away. So I'm not really sure what he's I'm not sure what he's trying to say. I feel like he just doesn't like Darian. I'm feeling a lot of hatred towards Darian, maybe personal. I don't know.
But people have been worrying about our devs. I'll tell you right now, we've gotten more devs back in the last week than have left in the last 2 weeks.
Hang on. Wait. Mathematically, that does not make sense.
Who gives a shit? He's trying to make a point. Oh my fucking god. You got more devs back than we did this week than we did in the last 2 weeks. Who gives a shit? He's just saying that they've got devs back and the dev team does not need to be worried. Why is he picking up on this? Bloody hell.
And what's really interesting is Flipside has an ex-director of dev. our new community has a DOJ director of development. I don't know. I honestly, yeah. He literally, let's go back. Let's see if we can nail this down.
But people have been worrying about our devs. I'll tell you right now, we've gotten more devs back in the last week than have left in the last 2 weeks.
Just
Nail it down then. We're waiting for you to nail it down.
with mathematics like that, I don't think you can trust his comment saying that he could pay for DOJ for six years. I'm just
He said 3.
saying. Yeah.
And mathematics doesn't really, that's not what he was trying to do. I think he was just trying to give you a point that there's more there's dev team is still there, there's devs coming back, and that the dev team is not to be worried about. Pretty sure that's the point he was trying to make, but carry on.
Yeah.
So we have people working for us in the background, we have people working for us up front, we have a lot of stuff going on.
Now, let me point something out about his language here. This is what is toxic about DOJ. This is what is totally toxic about DOJ. He says, we've got people working for us. We've got people working for us. We've got people. He labels developers as just people, so he doesn't obviously value them.
Okay, they are people. Unfortunately, they're not computers. So to call them people is correct. To say we, it's just a wording area. It's just a wording error. I mean, it happens. He's not running a company. He's running a gaming community. And if he wants to say that we've got people working for us, then that's fine. Are they working for the DOJ? Are they actively making things for the DOJ? Then they are working for them. If they are making things for that community, then they are working for them. If he wanted him to, if he is really settled down on the point that Darian did not say, instead of saying they are working with us, then and instead Darian said we have people working for us. I mean, he's got a small point about a big. I don't understand this guy. He's making a big deal out of some wording issues. Oh Jesus.
And it says working for us. So there's no appreciation there for the amount of time that developers put in to support a community. This is mind-blowing. I'm sorry, but members are the core of any community. Developers are probably really fucking important, right? I'm sorry, but where does he get the fucking ego to call developers, oh, we've got people working for us? What a fucking arrogant cunt. Next.
Unnecessary language, actually, I think. Don't think he's an arrogant. That, I'm not saying it, but I don't think he is. I don't think that was a necessary dig to make. If I'm honest. Wasn't very necessary.
In DOJ, dev-wise, that's going to be fine. Don't worry about that. We're working on a lot of changing assets and things like that. Oh my God, Sam is here too.
And he's still got polecat alerts.
A lot of what
alerts.
happened
still got polecat. Like, what
in
the fuck?
DOJ, with people wanting to leave and people being unhappy.
I also thought that when I heard the alerts, I was like, oh, he's still got polecat. That's up to him, man. It's up to him. Like, if he wants to have those on there, that's up to him. I would have changed them as well, but I don't think it's such a big deal, if I'm honest with you. I'm not sure it's a massive deal that he's got an alert sound of Polecat's voice. Just saying.
Happy. We're due to the accusations, and I call them. I understand. I've seen the same screenshots as other people. I understand what some people are trying to argue. Until it is this is how America works, okay? Until it's proven guilty in a court of law, they are considered accusations.
He's spot on, and I know where this is coming from with Darian, and it's because he
is
has
spot on.
defended Polecat for a number of years.
Oh, bloody hell. It's not defending. In America, that is how their system works. If he is saying that they are accusations until it's proven in the court of law, then they are accusations. He's just using the right terminology, which you had such a big deal with a minute ago with his wording choice. He's using the right wording now, but you're still pulling down on his wording choice because you're trying to make it something he didn't. That's just not. What do you mean he's been supporting Polecat for years? Yes, of course he has. Not in the way you think he is. He's making out that Darian knew all the ins and outs of what Polecat was doing in his personal life, which is just bullshit. Why would Darian know all that? It doesn't make any sense. Darian and Polecat weren't best friends.
But he is correct. He's absolutely spot on, which is why I call them allegations, and why you need to be really careful talking about this stuff, right? He's spot on there, but it's not coming from the right place with Darian, and we'll show you why.
So when I say accusations, I don't want people
Hey, what do you
throwing a
know?
fit and
How you
freaking
going?
the fuck out. I have to stay legally correct here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good job.
there's ways that I have to say things for them to be factually accurate. Okay, and to be factually accurate due to the accusations a lot of people have left. I will say
let's pick that up. Let's pick that up. Actually, let's talk
Christ.
about why people have left. Yes, because the accusations and the evidence that's been provided by Brandon, which is pretty damning. Like, it's fucking damning stuff. Then Garrett came out and provided his evidence.
He did.
People have not just left because of what is the nature of those allegations. It's what triggered a mass exodus from DOJ. Because they realized that for a long time, staff and admins had been banning people talking about it. There are screenshots of this. There is frustration.
Let's see the screenshots. If you've got them, don't just say there's screenshots of this and then not provide the evidence. How long? When? Give us a time, a date, a year. You haven't provided any evidence, Waffle. You're accusing people of something with no evidence. This is what happened the first time when the Polecat name came around. So Vinci came out with the stuff first, but he didn't have any evidence to prove it. So people didn't really understand why people thought. And also, he started the stream with a massive joint. I mean, it was on drugs. Like, you can't be under the influence if you're gonna give you. I don't think you can be. I'm not gonna say you can't. I will say I don't think you can go into court and give a valid statement while being under the influence of drugs and narcotics or alcohol or whatever. Blah 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 blah. Don't think you can. So why would people listen to him? Why would people make? He was mad. People thought. Well, I definitely thought it at the time. I thought he was mad because he got removed from DOJ and blah 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 because he was a bad role player and blah 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 because he was shitting on people. He had a bad temper. Yeah, that's what I thought when I was there. I was there. I remember this time. I remember it happening. I remember all the information coming out. But it wasn't just information. It was just information. It had no backing. It had no support. And yeah, so that's where we're at with this. I mean, he's not backing any of his points up with this. He said he's got. Where's the screenshots? Maybe he's going to show us them, but like he needs to do it soon because, I mean, you're bringing up all these points. If you don't have your evidence ready, why would we believe that you've got anything to say that's good to say about this? You're saying there's screenshots of people banning, and for years. He said, where? Where is the evidence for them banning people for years about and silencing people over it? DOJ, and I will put this out there, DOJ did silence a lot of stuff. They silenced anything that went against what they were trying to do within the community, and that's that is not right. I don't believe in that. I was one of the very people who used to argue the toss about certain policies that would come out or certain changes that certain changes that would come out that I did not agree with. I would be the first one, and probably, and I was probably the most outrageous one out of a lot of people that would speak up and would get myself very close to being put to the staff room, whatever, for disrespect or whatever. I was one of those people. And they did silence me quite a lot. Admin used to come in and say, "No more talking about this. Blah blah. We're not doing it in here. Submit the form." Yeah, I hated it, but I wouldn't go as far as they were silencing people. But I have been in DOJ. Just some backstory for you. I was in DOJ for over 4 years. I have seen DOJ grow from, well, not grow, but DOJ was quite big when I was there from the start. But I mean, like, you see it change and develop and downgrade and upgrade and stuff. And I never saw any silencing of stuff, guys. And I'm only one person, right? So you can't expect me to see everything. But I never saw anyone like being exposing anything. It was never talked about. I was there for 4 years until Sosa Vinci came out with it. No one talked about it, and then it stayed for a couple of weeks and it left again. No one talked about it again. Like, jeez.
Over the way DOJ is managed and run, that it's a rules-based situation. I was talking to one of our new members last night, and he's like, dude, I spent like fucking 3 weeks in DOJ and got sick of it. He joined the community and was literally, and I understand this because I went through the same process, and was given a wad of paperwork and rules to look over and said, read this before you go. This is a community, and I use the term community loosely because no one looks out for each other.
People do look out for you, and look out for each other. However, if you break a rule, you broke a rule. Unfortunately, and you can't expect everyone. If your friends are in Staff Plus or COC or whatever, you can't expect them to just overlook shit for you. If you break a rule, you broke a rule. I mean, there's that. What was it? What was he saying about the Oh, there's too many rules. They give you a wad of paperwork to look through. Yeah, because they're a good. I have, since I left DOJ, I went to another community called Pro Gaming Network, and I went there, and as much as I enjoyed their RP on there, I went a couple times. I did not enjoy it as much as I did DOJ because there's no structure. DOJ has structure and rules in place to make their RP decent. When there is RP to be had. Whole nother thing, side rant about that later maybe. But I don't think that you don't have to look over the paperwork. It's not mandatory. But if you don't want to get in trouble, then you will have to read it and just understand it. No one's asking you to read it word for word and go and do it as soon as possible. Like, just read it and just get to know it a little bit. So you don't, like, they're not saying you need to know it off by heart. But, like, you need to know what the rules are and where you stand with certain things and what you can and can't do. I mean, I feel like that's necessary for a community if you want it to be good. And they do it well, unfortunately. So I don't know why he's coming at them for that. What's his community? Got no fucking rules? I bet it has. I bet they've got a fucking sheet and SOP and blah, 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 blah for everything. Don't tell me you haven't.
This is a community that bones up over any amount of power that people get. You move into a staffing training position and you suddenly get to do 2 or 3 extra things and tell people what to do. And the way that people react to that, getting that power, is fucking crazy. Like, it's nuts. You actually want a good video of this? Check out my YouTube. I released a video of me getting staffed by Giles, who's now known as fucking Troy or Ted. Ted, I think it is. There's a video of me getting staffed by Ted that I recorded. And it's fucking hilarious because the guy doesn't even know his own regulations, right? That went to IA. Me talking to him and saying, come on, Giles, you don't even know your own rules. It went to IA and I copped a 1093. I copped a fucking suspension because I told a staff member that he didn't know his own rules.
Because you disrespected a staff member, which is in the rules. Yeah, you did. You copped a 93 for breaking a rule. If you thought there was something wrong with it, you can send an IA complaint form in and it will get done. There has to be a process for stuff. People saying, oh, there's no process, you don't need a process for that, you don't need a process. There does need to be a process for it. I understand that. But yeah, you did break a rule, so therefore you got 93.
For disrespect of staff. So that's the
what I
way
just
that
said.
community operates. It's not an inward-looking thing, you know. Now, let me also say, on Twitter, I have leaked an IA report about this man right here.
I have seen this report. And it looks very real. I mean, there's nothing. I don't know why it wouldn't be real. I have no reason for it to say it's not, so I'm going to go with that for now. But I'm not saying it's real either. The report basically read that Darian was, I think, he'll probably tell us. Darian wasn't fit to run his department or something, or being whatever. And now he's head administration. I don't know when that document was, but people change, and Darian was pretty talked to, and was probably told some of this information that was in the IA form about him and himself, and you know what he needs to do, and how he acts and needs to change, and it was pretty told to him. So,
And it says he's not capable of running a department.
okay,
And what does he do? He was not only put to commissioner of highway patrol, but he's now deputy director of that community. Mind blowing. Anyway, let's move on. Also, possible third victim came out last week. Chile, was that Garrett? I think it was Garrett. I left because I was done with the BS about DOJ system. PC was never part of my reason. Yeah, that's fair enough. Imagine not looking at my messages.
I mean, you can say all you want about PC was not part of the system, a part of the way it works, but he was. If you left, unless you left for like you know, you couldn't do it anymore, you just didn't have the time, blah blah blah, whatever. But if you left during the time of Polecat's allegations, like after allegations against Polecat came out, you can't say it wasn't because of Polecat. What pushed you to the edge was Polecat and his allegations. I mean, otherwise you would have been gone a long time ago. You would have been gone when the system really was annoying you, but you stayed because the system was annoying. And then Polecat's allegations went out, and you were like, "Oh, I didn't leave for Polecat's allegations. Actually, I left because on my own terms about the way the system's run." Like, shut the fuck up.
On Discord. Well, I'll get to it, mate. Fuck, calm down.
Personally, am the one that told Polecat that he needs to step away from the community or I was going to leave. Yes, I will be the one to say it. If Polecat did not step down from director, I told him that I was going to leave DOJ.
That's a fucking lie. That is a fucking lie.
Oh, Jesus.
Because the same guy that's saying that, Darian, also told everybody to ban the victim from their Discords. He actively told people, he actively got a Discord team together to ban people talking about it on the DOJ assets, and he told the DOJ media team.
Right. Why does this make him a liar about telling Polecat that if he didn't leave? That doesn't have anything to do with him telling Polecat that he had to leave. Literally nothing. He's gone back on another point about Darian telling people to ban. Has nothing to do with him telling Polecat that if he didn't step down that he would leave the community. Has nothing to do with what he said.
To ban Brandon from their Discords. There is no fucking way that what he's saying right now is the truth. This guy actively silenced people talking about it and wanting answers.
Because it's a community. It's a gaming community. It's nothing legal about the OJ. So it's not a legal system. Why should they have to put up with it? They shouldn't. It goes against rules, regulations. And actually, he's answering questions right now. You need to answer questions when you've got all the facts. If staff members in the OJ, and you'll see it sometimes in staff chats and stuff, and in questions for staff, that there are points that are made. Like someone will answer your question within questions for staff, and then there'll be another answer from somebody else that will be completely different to the one that you got from a different staff member. People have different ways of explaining things to you and saying things, and unfortunately, if every staff member tried to explain what was going on, you'd get a very different answer, and would spiral and snowball into a bigger issue than it needs to be. Hence the silencing. Unless you've got all the facts. Darian has finally come down and sat down and said, let's talk about DOJRP. Let's talk about it. That's good. I'm glad he did that. If he had just gone on with DOJ streams and not sat down and said anything about it or didn't answer any questions, then that would have been a problem. But he's sitting down now and he's got answers for you. He's thought about them and he's talking to you about them. So just let the man explain. And don't keep coming at his throat for saying stuff. Even though he's answering the questions right now, you can't have multiple people answering questions because it becomes messy. People have their own way of explaining things, their own way of saying it, and it gets messy. Doesn't matter what you're talking about, it gets messy. It's like Chinese whispers. Always ends up in a mess.
This guy is responsible for banning people talking about this shit.
I
think that may be true, but at the same time, they could be people that were going to leave and was trolling in like making exaggerated points and again, why I make the point that why should a gaming community like DOJ have to put up with it? They don't have to. The guy left. Yes, the guy was a part of it. The problem was a part of it, but he left, and then people were still talking about it. Let it be. Let it be.
Less than 24 hours from removing myself from DOJ. It was either him or me, and he ended up stepping away and making Matt and myself head administration. So, to put it in perspective, why?
Thomas K, I'm just going to pause it here. Hey, Thomas, fuck off, mate. You've got no idea what this is about. You have literally no idea what we're talking about. Okay? Just...
I'm not even a part of this. So this is what Thomas said. Brother, like, I'm not even a part of this shit. I'm just watching. But, like, you need to kick it. It's just a game with pixels, not trying to be a dickhead. I mean, Thomas has got a point. It's just a game. What happened was not a game. That was real life. However, what I'm saying, and Thomas just said basically the same thing. The gaming community should not have to deal with this shit. You know, they shouldn't have to be put down by this shit. Just get on with it. And he is not. Let me put it this way, Waffle, you're not a very nice person, and you weren't when you were in DOJ. You're arrogant. The people you're calling arrogant, like Darian and stuff, you're arrogant, Waffle. You're arrogant and angry. And we understand that because you probably got kicked because you're a bad person. You broke rules, which you didn't like. You didn't like the rules and you should have fucking left. I don't know why you stayed there and continued to break more rules like you were going to get away with it. If you broke rules in DOJ, you were going to get staffed. And you probably got staffed to the point where you were like, fuck this shit, I'm leaving. Good for you. You got out of something you didn't like doing. If you don't like the rules, that's unfortunately the way it is in DOJ. They've got rules. And now you've got your own community, so just fucking shut the fuck up, man.
Fuck off, kid.
Everything happened. That
awesome
think about your blood pressure.
So,
that segues me into the next portion of no, because this has been for some reason people really think that like I supported what he did. The accusations that were brought to light, if true, I do not support.
Okay, you may not have supported the accusations or the activities that are alleged to have occurred, but you silenced people.
Oh my fucking god. From what I'm noticing, this video is going to be the same. He's going to make the same point because he doesn't have a lot of points. He does not have a lot of evidence against Darian. He's going to bring up the same points that he has said multiple times. He said this point about silencing people about 4 or 5 times. Bring something else up other than him silencing people because it's... Oh my god. You need to bring something else up because you've made the same point and it gets repetitive and no one fucking wants to listen to you. I don't want to really listen to you. I wish I could skip through to the important bits, but I don't know where they fucking are.
You literally silenced people that brought it up, and then you tried to silence.
That's not supporting it, by the way. Him silencing people is not supporting it. It's trying to make the gaming community a gaming community and not a free-for-all against members or challenging members and saying... Because people do have their own opinions. Understandable. However, in a gaming community, that's not the place to voice them, I don't think. You should not be voicing them in the gaming community. You should be voicing them elsewhere. Don't do it in front of in a gaming community. You don't need to. People are more than aware of what was going on. There's a lot of members that were more than aware of what was happening. It was all over Twitter. People were sharing it left, right, and center. I mean, you don't need to bring it up in a gaming community 24/7. People are entitled to their opinions, yes, but not in a gaming community. Leave people alone. They just want a game. They want a RP. Let it be. It doesn't need to be on it all the time, man. Oh, silencing people is not the worst thing he did. And as we've already stated, Brandon made a video about it, and it was out there, and it has been. There's screenshots on Twitter. If people want to go and look for it, they'll look for it. But if people don't want to know about it, they don't need to know about it because Parket's no longer there. So just leave it be.
The alleged victims.
Okay. I was not there. I did not know him when any of these things happened. Everything that was accused happened in 2016, 15, and 14. I didn't even join DOJ until 2017, and I wasn't an administrator until 2018. So if we're good at math here, we know that this all happened before I knew any of the people involved. So no, I had no idea that this stuff was happening. No, I don't support it.
But hang on. Let's take that back a bit. Whoa.
If we're good at math here, we know that this all happened before I knew any of the people involved. So
okay, that's a big so fucking what? He's trying to say because this occurred in 2015 and 16, what we know to allege to have occurred happened in 2015 and 16. And because he joined in 2017 that he... No, these rumors have been circulating for fucking ages. In fact, I've got PMs between...
I would like to bring up the fact that he said rumors. Here we go. The big thing about rumors, right, is that rumors happen to everybody, especially when you're a big YouTuber who have a lot of viewers and subscribers and money. There are going to be trolls that bring up anything. They will make it out that you're a murderer, you know? But they make the things out that are bad lighting for you because they think they're funny. And those people are called trolls. And they will make rumors because that's what they are. They're rumors. And probably around that time, people did think they were rumors. Unfortunately, there was no evidence to support them, so they became rumors. And with a rumor, it gets passed around, and it happens. It happens. There's rumors about everyone, and I'm sure he's going to show some evidence. I think this is one of the sections I actually saw, and I'm pretty sure he's going to show some DMs.
Ghost and I, when someone mentioned it to me a couple of years ago, and I messaged Ghost, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, just give me their name. And that person was banned from the community within an hour. Everybody knew.
Proof of that, please. I would love to see the fact that he knew that someone was banned within an hour. Where's the proof of that? Can I have that? Within the hour of Ghost knowing who it was, did you give him the name? Then I would like to see the evidence of him banning that person, please, or get that person being banned. Thanks. Also, rumors will get you banned. Unless you have evidence or back up rumors, but to back up those rumors that will become official evidence, then unfortunately, or factual statements, then you unfortunately probably will get banned because you are going against head administration with a rumor that you don't have any evidence for. So keep going, bud.
Allegations that were going around. Sosa last year came out with it.
Sosa one's the one I talked about who was smoking a massive blunt, a massive joint on his stream when he started the stream. And we've been through that, so I'm not going to discuss it again. But you will understand that you don't need to. At that time, he had no evidence. He was just spouting out, and he had just got removed from DOJ. Blah 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 blah. So he was making a big statement. What a guy!
The allegations. it was pretty well known in DOJ media about one particular member of the community who came in a couple of years ago and what that relationship between him and another head administrator might be. So, Darian, you fucking idiot. Just because you came to the community after Polecat committed some of what is alleged does not mean you weren't aware of it. Everyone was fucking aware of it.
Oh, no, I had no idea that.
I wasn't aware of it. I wasn't. And a lot of people, other people weren't either. Members weren't aware of it. I hadn't heard anyone bring that up since for ages, for years. No one's brought this shit up because it was rumors and they started to die and then rumors died and then no one brought it up again and they're rumors. They are rumors.
That this stuff was happening. No, I don't support it. No, none of that stuff makes sense. None of it. It doesn't even. When you lay everything out on the table and say, okay, this happened then, this happened here. I don't know how you come to the conclusion that, oh, well, then he must have known about it.
Everyone fucking knew about it.
I didn't know.
Everyone fucking knew about
No, we didn't.
the allegations.
No, we didn't.
Everyone knew about these rumors.
No, rumors.
Every single...
We knew about rumors, correct. There were rumors. You are very correct, Waffle. Yes, there were. There were rumors. No official evidence, but there were rumors. Just gonna let my cat out while we're discussing this. There were definitely rumors. That is a factual point. Good job. There were rumors.
Fucking person above probably a probie knew about it.
Lies. No. No, they didn't. To say that, you're fucking stupid. If you think everyone knew about the rumors that were going around, the allegations at this point, no, they didn't. No, I don't think everyone in DOJ right now knows about everything that's going on. So, unless they're really entwined with Twitter and all that kind of business and the people that are there, not everyone knows, no. But sure, you want to keep making it that way, you keep doing it. You keep doing it that way, bud.
It was not like this dirty little secret at DOJ. I mean, it kind of was, because people like Darian did actively mute it, ghost muted discussion about it. I've got proof of that in my DMs.
Because they're rumors.
But holy fucking shit. Wow. No, mate. You knew about it. I knew about it.
Also, can we see the evidence then you've got in your DMs? Thanks.
I knew what the allegations were. I hadn't seen any concrete evidence to the allegations. Everyone...
So why people don't believe when they haven't got any, like, when there's rumors, no one believes it. They're rumors. Rumors happen. No one believes it, especially to a big YouTuber like Polecat. They would have happened. And unfortunately, rumors don't get listened to without factual evidence. And they didn't have any when the allegations came up. When the rumors came up even, sorry. So, no one's going to listen without evidence, bud. And it's a gaming community. Remember that. Let's all remember that, please. Me and Thomas are on the same page.
Everyone knew the allegations.
I didn't even know them when it happened. I
mean, he is right. I think sorry, I just want to bring this up. I do think that he is right. I do think Darian probably did know about the rumors, yes, but he was probably treating them as rumors because there was no evidence. So to say that they were silencing people about it, very, very unlikely. It was they were silencing people who probably didn't have all the facts and were just supporting who were fans of Sosa Vinci, and were just saying that. I mean, I'm not sure where these rumors came from to start with, and won't ever know that. But the rumors were probably people who are fans of Sosa Vinci and stuff who didn't have any evidence. So yeah, they were probably muting people and silencing people, as you state, silencing people, because they were breaking rules within DOJ with rumors without evidence. So yes, they probably were doing that.
Don't defend him. I don't support. I don't condone anything that happened. That's why I asked him to leave and step down. And as we see, he did. He stepped down after I told him that he should. And
let me show you something, guys. Let me show you something. So this is between Ghost and I. This is me contacting him.
Okay, let's read this. Hi, Ghost. I'm very sorry to PM. Why is it written like that? I'm very sorry to PM you directly, but I think due to the sensitive nature of what I have to say. Also, this is 2020. That's not that long ago. Only a couple of years ago, I understand, but it's still a rumor. I hope you do not mind. While 10-12 with another trooper today, I was told of a rumor. Again, we're using the word rumor relating to our head administrator, and it wasn't good and would absolutely constitute as I don't know what that defamatory. Okay, moving on. I'm coming to you directly because from what I was told, it would really have serious implication. I can't read, guys. So we're just gonna move on. Implications. Sorry. My brain finally got there. Not only on our HA, but also for the community. So the way he's written this kind of seems like he was getting the guy in trouble for making the rumor in the first place. And also, you have to understand that Ghost is not an investigator. He's not a man of law. So it's the gaming community again. So why would they try and investigate that? You can't investigate HA. It doesn't work. I don't want to seem like I'm skipping IA or COC, but I was told it's extremely sensitive. I'm happy to talk direct with you. I just don't want others to be aware of this without your prior knowledge. Thanks so much, Paul. So he doesn't want other people to know, but he stated that other people did know. Interesting.
In October 2020, so 2 years ago.
Then Go said, "What is the rumor?" To blunt, something to do with Polka and minors. Interesting.
2 fucking years ago.
Who is saying that? And is there any proof? See, Ghost is asking for proof if it actually happened. I wasn't recording, but flicked record on. Oh, is there any proof of him saying that? Maybe he's saying, or is it saying he could be saying if there's any proof of him of the person saying it? Capture the last half of the convo. I was told that there was a rumor from allegedly around a couple of months ago by Dean B 5 Delta 180 today while we were at 10-12. He told me that he received was told of this information a couple of months ago.
What is the rumor? To be blunt, something to do with polecat and miners. Who is saying that?
The rumor has been going for 7 years. Yeah, because Polecat's been a big YouTuber for a very long time, and rumors like this kind of thing spread. So there probably was rumors for 7 years.
Ghost says it himself. Darian saying he didn't know about the rumors.
No, he's saying he didn't know about the allegations. Rumors, yes, Darian probably did know about. Darian probably did know about that kind of thing. But unfortunately, without any proof and Darian not being a man of the law or anything, probably didn't have any power to do anything about it, and neither did Ghost. So therefore, they're rumors, and people didn't bring any proof to the table with the rumors. So therefore, it becomes null and void and becomes a rumor. Okay, so sorry guys, it was just first heard of. Apologies for ringing a bell on it, but I've never heard of this rubbish before. Apologize for ringing a bell on it, but I had never heard of this rubbish before. Waffle called it rubbish, which means that he didn't believe it either, because it was a rumor. What a knobhead. It's going on for years, and same was about me. Ghost said it was the same about him. Is Ghost? Oh my god, are we gonna go for Ghost next? Are we gonna target Ghost now and see if we can get some good old fashioned evidence on Ghost because it happened to him? The rumors are on him. That must mean he is also a pedophile. Get him, get him. It started on a fake website that did news on all of the RP communities and rumors. Yeah, of course it did, because there was rumors. I want to know what this says below Ghost's message here. They started spreading rumors. I want to see what this says, because it says something, never heard of this rubbish before. As we say down here, once a dickhead, always a dickhead. I don't know what this says. I'm not sure what, I want to know what that bit says down there. I'm not sure.
Ghost himself is saying this has been going on for 7 years.
No, he's not going to.
Darren, you're a fucking liar, mate.
Okay, so he didn't go down. I wanted him to go down. Maybe he will later, but he didn't go down any further than Ghost's messages. I want to know what that message said, because it kind of contradicts what he's saying now that everyone knew about it. I mean, yeah, they're rumors. They're going to spread.
Next. Let's keep going.
That's where we are now. I will say, as a strong statement, nobody in the administration team for DOJ that I am aware of knew about what happened back then, supports or condones anything that happened. People that stayed as long as they did support DOJ because DOJ is a fun community, and we all enjoy each other's presence. We all like playing a video game at the.
Okay. Yes, we all enjoy playing a video game.
Mm-hmm.
That does not mean the community is good. If you enjoy people's presence and you enjoy playing a computer game, that doesn't mean the community is good. And one thing that shits me is people saying, I'm not going to leave DOJ because of my friends. Just because you leave DOJ doesn't mean they're not your fucking friends anymore. Jesus fucking Christ, people. Eh.
The end of the.
But they're people they want to hang out with. And the game they want to play together is DOJ. So they don't want to leave DOJ because they want to play the game together. It's a gaming community. You're right. They're not. They will probably still be your friends, but
Of the day, DOJ is a gaming community. It's a video game, right? It's what people do outside of DOJ in their personal life. There's no way for us to know that, right? Even people have been citing internal affairs and stuff like that, and I'll get into that later. But internal affairs regulates in community violence.
Can somebody say, hang on. Can somebody tell me now if he addresses me leaking that report? Please, someone who's seen this stream needs to tell me if he talks about me leaking the report, because I'll be fucking pleased.
Relations, right?
yeah, you're just proving that you're doing it for the to get it on people's nerves. Why would you want to be talked about? Why? Is it a fame thing? Like, why would you talked about? Like, I understand that I am now doing a reaction of his reaction to Darian coming out with these points. But because I really hated these points that Waffle has been making. Not because it is actually. It is because I kind of want some fame as well. I want to get some views, but I know that the views won't be very much, so what's the point? The fact that he had a little smile there and was like really like, oh, I really want to get on Darian's stream, it just confuses me.
Right. We regulate things that happen within the community. And I also want to
So what he's saying is IA regulates things that happen within the community, and so therefore they don't talk about the allegations or judge on the allegations. But
Yeah.
IA does a hell of a lot more than just that. They crash into discords that have been established by others outside the community. They you talk about anything that happens within the community, you're going to have IA on your ass. The video I put up on YouTube of my staffing by Giles, now known as Ted, that got done by IA. And you know what? I was punished because I recorded a fucking staffing.
Iron, I do iron.
Because you shouldn't be recording as staffing. It's in the rules. It's in the rules and regulations, which you would have read if you read them. I mean, this guy.
And thank you, Tyler. Random comment. What the fuck? DOJ does not regulate things that happen outside of the community. And I also want to point out, and anybody that's in DOJ or has spent any time in a COC position within DOJ, you will also know that DOJ Internal Affairs does not investigate head administration. Any complaint on head administration is instantly dropped. Internal Affairs cannot investigate internal affairs cannot investigate head administration.
Correct, because HA always had the sign off on anything to do with IA. Now, this is a really important point. Jane, you're already onto it. Let me just address some of the comments. James, you weren't the only one to leak IR episodes. No, I know heaps of others were. But what's really important about him saying that IA can't report HA is what we call basic fucking governance, right? If you want to be accountable, you need...
What would happen with that complaint? Oh, it would go to what? If someone submits a complaint on, I can imagine it. I can understand if it was Ghost. If someone submits a complaint on Polecat, who's gonna staff Polecat? Who's gonna staff him? He runs the community. He is top dog. You know, he did run the community. He was top dog. Like, what did people want to happen to Polecat? Nothing. It was unfortunate that no one. It has to stop somewhere. Whoever's at the top doesn't get, like, you can't call the police on the Queen, or may she rest in peace. You can't call the police on the King either. It has to stop somewhere, you know.
Need to be fucking accountable. One of the key things that I love about DOJ is their fourth community rule, A4 I think it is, or 1A4, whatever the fuck it's called. No sexual harassment, including unwelcome sexual advances. The exact wording of that rule. So there's a double standard where HA expect these things out of their own community, and then allegedly...
in their personal life, yes, he did something that no one supports and thinks it's disgusting. Yes, Polecat did. The fact you're bringing up that they want the people to do the same thing within the community is so bullshit. Leave it out. It doesn't link together. It's just a rule. I have that on my channel. You know, it's just a rule. It's a rule that people have in place to stop it from happening on a large scale. It's a rule, man. It should be human knowledge not to do that, but some people have to have it in a rule. It's just a rule, man. A rule that you should be following.
Go out, perform them, and protect themselves from any type of discussion around it. And guess who also protected them around that discussion?
If he says...
Darian did.
Oh, fucking
all the
hell.
administrators know this. All the COC members, most of the COC members should know that. If you're in internal affairs, you definitely know that. So to say that, like, internal affairs knew it was happening and was covering it up and trying to push it under the rug, that's bullshit.
That's a fair comment.
That's complete bullshit.
That is a fair comment.
I don't know. I can't tell you for sure if anybody did or didn't know it was happening. But what I can tell you is there was no, like, widespread condoning of it from administration. There's no, like, oh, all the administrators had to know it was happening. No, it doesn't. I don't say, Polka, give me your phone. Let me look through it. Like, that's
Okay. No. But again, let's come back to this.
Pricks. Yeah, I mean, he calls them pricks. Sorry to hear that. It may again. Sorry for raising something I'd just never heard this rubbish before. Rubbish. He classes it as rubbish at the time, which means he also did not believe that it was that what that person said is true. Seems like a typical childish response to not getting what people want. Congratulations, buddy. You figured it out. I'm glad you know what a troll was back then. You've clearly lost that sense of what actually happened. So yeah. It was if PC were what they said, I would have left a long time ago. There you go. Go sit it. I have no doubt, mate. Is he gonna scroll down anymore? Or is that where he stops?
If PC were what they said, I would have left a long time ago. Here you go. The rumor has been going on for 7 years already. So let's say
You've been over that. We've been over that. It's a rumor, bud. That's why it's been around for 7 years.
2013, 2014. Everyone fucking heard the rumor.
Yes, but not everyone heard the rumor. I didn't know the rumor for 7 years. I've been in DOJ I was in DOJ for 4. So I was there since 2018. I didn't know the rumor. Since 2018, I didn't have any idea about the rumor until Vinci came out with it, which probably was not 2018, it was probably 2019-ish. So no, I didn't know this at all, bud. It's a rumor. We've been over that.
I don't know how many times I need to fucking say.
Wild. You guys.
Enough. You've said it enough.
I mean, if you believe that, I mean, I'm assuming you probably believe Santa Claus really comes down your chimney and leaves presents under your Christmas tree. That's the kind of shit we're talking about here, because there's no way that you truly believe the entire administration team knows.
Unfortunately, on these circumstances,
you knew the allegations existed.
There's no way that you truly believe.
Not allegations.
Now I got people like fucking Zero and Tyler in my chat saying, "Wait, what? Santa isn't real?" Oh my god. I can't do this shit, bro. I gotta like turn off chat. I'm trying to get like the basis out, because I know this is gonna be like the meat and potatoes. This is gonna be the main shit that people want to know. So I'm trying to get it out of the way first, so before I start asking questions about what people have questions about. But no, we didn't know. Administration didn't know.
Yes, I did.
It's absurd to think we did.
Rumors, not everyone did know.
No, everyone did. Fucking another ad. Jesus Christ. So guys, basically, Darian's trying to say, because there wasn't hard evidence around, and I'll get into that later, but because there wasn't hard evidence around, and because, let me just show you how contradictory this whole fucking argument from Darian is. He's saying, because he joined the community in 2017. He's saying, oh, because of the stuff between Polecat and Brandon alleged to have occurred in 2015 and 16, he had nothing to do with it. He could have possibly known that it went on.
No, because the rumors didn't have any evidence to say who was involved with what properly. So it probably was just rumors, man. I don't know how many times we're going to have to say this to you. It's just rumors. They were rumors. No one had any factual evidence to prove it. So therefore, there was no way of... They just dismissed it. Because there's no evidence against it. They have to dismiss it.
So I joined the community in, 2019?
I don't understand what he wants people to do with that information. Like, what does he want people to do in DOJ gaming community who have no law? Like, there's no way into the law. What do they want to report them to police with no evidence? No, the police would do fuck all with it.
In 2020, I now know that it occurred.
And DOJ
now know, but you called it rubbish in the DMs in 2020. You found about it in 2020. You dismissed it because you said Ghost told you it was rubbish. You dismissed it too. You said it was rubbish and they're pricks, the people that are saying it. Like, bro, you're literally the problem. You're the same as everybody else.
leadership does not condone what happened. We don't condone the accusations. We don't condone any of that stuff. And if you think we do, I mean,
Well, then you're a criminal.
I don't know how to prove to you that we don't.
Then you're a criminal. Did you just say you're a criminal? Yes, this guy's such a fucking idiot.
I mean, do you want me to show you the message where I told Polecat, if you don't step down, I'm leaving?
Yeah, show us. Show us.
Past
Show us.
that, I mean, I can't
Seriously,
really
show us.
prove
Show us the
to you
fucking
that I
message.
don't condone it.
Show us the
I would like to see the message too. Actually, I'm quite intrigued.
fucking
I just
message
don't.
then.
I'm telling you, I don't.
Darian, seriously, show us the message.
You have to take my word for it. And I mean, there were people like, oh,
Yeah, you know what? That's a really good point, Scal. It's such a good point because there's only two ways. There's only two outcomes. One, admin did know. Two, admin didn't know. If admin did know, which obviously they did because they shut down discussion on this for years.
They shut down discussion on rumors. Yes.
Like they shut this down.
I don't think that's what Darian is saying. I think he's saying that what Darian is trying to explain is that Darian didn't know that it actually happened. Like Darian wasn't aware that Polecat, like if Polecat had said to Darian, "Oh yeah, I just did this with Brandon, by the way," blah blah blah. He didn't know that it was a rumors that had gone around. Like Darian's not saying he didn't know about rumors. He's saying they didn't know that it actually took place. That it actually happened. The things that were the allegations against Polecat actually happened. He did not know they actually happened. No, they were rumors, which means there's no factual evidence. It's just a rumor, you know. They're just words at that point of being a rumor. They're just words. Unfortunately, you need evidence to prove it, and there was none. So yes, Darian is saying that there was no evidence with the rumors to say that he actually knew. Darian is saying he didn't actually know that it actually took place, is what he's trying to get at. I don't think he's trying to say that he didn't know about the rumors, because Christ, I'm sure he knew about the rumors. But was there evidence? No. Did he know it actually took place? No. That's what he's saying.
Everyone fucking knew about this. I wasn't even in staff and I knew about it. Or they didn't know, which means they're totally out of touch with their own community. And guess what? Those admins now run the community.
Why does that make them out of touch? Because they didn't know about something that wasn't even involved in the community. Holy shit.
there's a bunch of shit going around. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
hard
Oh, yeah.
to see the. Kilo Jocks asked, this is a good question. What were you thinking when the accusations first came out? Well,
Hang on.
when the accusations
Watch what he's
first
going to do.
came out,
Wait. Watch what he's going to do. These accusations first came out a couple of years ago.
No, the rumors came out a couple of years ago. The accusations with evidence. Accusations can become evidence. Need evidence to become accusations. Like rumors need evidence to become accusations. Otherwise, they're just rumors.
Many years ago. As Ghost said, 7 years
bloody
they've been
hell.
around. The Sosa was early last year, early 2021. The accusations went pretty wild.
Was it
What
2021?
Darian's going to
Yeah.
do now, I can guarantee, is he's only going to talk about what's happened in the last couple of weeks. Because that means he doesn't have to talk to all the allegations that have been made over years and years and years and years.
rumors.
Because what would that do? That would tell everyone that he knew about them, right? Right.
I want to also put
Let's
this
see.
in perspective because people were saying, why is it taking you so long to respond? What are you guys doing? Why is it taking you guys so long to act? Let me put this in perspective, guys. From the time the accusations came out to when Polecat stepped down was less than a week. So
No. The time from when the accusations first came out to when Polecat stepped down.
No, they're rumors, bud. We've been through this. Christ, they're rumors.
Was 7 years.
Rumors. They're rumors for 7 years. Accusations with full evidence, bud. Waffle
7 fuck
came
you.
out. He's saying the accusations with evidence from Brandon, bud. With evidence. With evidence, with evidence. I'm just plowing that into his fucking... I want to fucking just plow that into... Put it in his mind head, you know? Christ.
Years.
We have to think about this here. Okay. Less than a week timeline.
7
here,
years.
All right. A 9-year director, 9-year owner of a community.
Of which 7 of those, everyone knew of the allegations.
Rumors.
Things don't happen overnight. Everything is a process, right? Patience is really important with things like this. And that's one of the things that people kind of lost track of was patience. Now, I will say the whole like public attacking and things like that, that's not the way things should happen. We have a legal system. We have 3-letter departments that handle these kinds of things, and you have to let them do their job. You gotta let the process take its place.
What process is there? There's no fucking process. You either call out the behavior or you don't. You either have values and you stand behind your values or you don't. Like, no. No, Darian. I guarantee you did not tell Polecat that you would leave if he didn't stand down. Fucking guarantee it. Daybreak, I don't understand. Just wasn't, though, if everyone knew for 7 years, would Jeff and Bugs play on DOJ? Skull, but if we didn't have Jeebus Darian who could stand up for the people and knock down the evil Emperor Polecat by putting out the ultimatum. Yeah. You're spot on, mate.
I'm going to message Darian and see if I can get the screenshot from him of telling Polecat to step down. Okay, I messaged Darian. Let's see if he gets back to me about it.
You're spot on. You know, Darian's trying to make himself seem like a hero of the community here. He's making himself out to be the hero of the community by saying, I told Polecat I'd leave if if he didn't stand down. I'm sorry, Darian, but you have actively told people to ban the victims from Discords.
So
fucking,
it's because we shouldn't have to put up with it.
the lie is, and the self-ego, the self-importance is fucking beyond belief. Like, it's laughable this guy thinks he's that important. And thinks, like, I just, and this is probably because he's feeling insecure that, one, he can't run a community, as we've seen through all the IA reports, as anyone who's been in DOJ knows, Darian is actually a fucking crap manager and a crap commissioner. But
I wouldn't say
and I think
that.
he's trying to deflect away from that.
Right? You can't, nothing in life that is a process usually happens overnight. It just doesn't. You guys were wanting a 9-year owner of a community to like boom, just like that, gone. And that's not how it works. There were
Well, no, it does work if you have fucking values, mate. And this is
No,
a
it
values.
doesn't. This man was like, Polecat was like he had to hand over things. He had to make sure that things were in place for when he left for Darian and Matt and to take over and stuff. Like there was a process, and Darian is completely right. There is a process. He can't just get up and leave. Yes, no, he shouldn't just get up. He can't just get up and go. There has to be a process to things, and leaving a community, that he's run for 9 years was pretty hard on him. I'm not defending him in any way, but I'm just saying, that aside, he probably was. It was probably a hard thing for him to do.
This is a values question, and it has been since the allegations came out from Brandon. This is not a case of waiting for law enforcement to come in.
What is it then? You want us to take up matters in your own hands? You want us to go and arrest them? No, it is a matter of waiting for law enforcement to do their job. It's a process. It's a law investigation. This is real life, Waffle. We have to wait for the law to take its turn. We can't just make... The allegations are out there. It's probably been submitted to the police. The police are fucking on it. Like, bloody hell, let them do their fucking job.
I've seen the screenshots. I've seen the videos. There is enough to make anyone go, that does not sit well with me, I'm leaving. As an example, the media team went from 32 members down to 10, pretty much overnight. Less than a week. Now that says a lot, because they're the people most invested in.
Well, the allegations have just been said that they weren't even out a week when Polecat left, so... Yeah, it was probably less than a week that happened, yes.
DOJ, because they get income from streaming DOJ content. So, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, this is a values decision. A really good one to look at will be, is it Macca? I think it's Macca's comment on Twitter, his announcement of leaving DOJ. And he just went, this shit does not sit right with me. If it was my kid, fuck that. That's a values decision. And that is the question with the community at the moment. Because everyone who remains at DOJ has no fucking values. I can guarantee you that.
There were things that had to happen first. There were things that had to be taken into consideration.
I'm not sure. I've just got a message back from Darian, but he doesn't want to show the publicly DMs with people. He doesn't feel it's right, and that's fine. So it's one of those things. And that, I honestly respect the guy. He said that he wouldn't show, I'll say this, but he said to me he wouldn't show my DMs publicly either. So I'm not gonna barter on that. But I was hoping that maybe we'd see the screenshot. But that's absolutely fine. I mean, it's just got to take his word for it. Unfortunately, Polecat did step down. So whatever he says other than that, I mean, Polecat did actually step down. So let him step down.
And documents and assets and things need to be transferred over. Payments need to be taken over.
Okay, that's fair. Yep, things need to be transferred. But that is only if you're making a decision for your own ego rather than based on values and your own moral compass. So we know where Darian's thoughts were all along then. He was not leaving. His idea was he would take over DOJ. So we know from what he just fucking said was, I wasn't going to do anything for a week because we had to transfer assets. He fucking had his eyes on being head out.
But Polecat was going to leave. But they have to transfer assets or as DOJ doesn't run. The assets have to be transferred or as they don't run, the whole thing doesn't run smoothly. So Polecat wouldn't, the community wouldn't, DOJ wouldn't run if the assets weren't moved.
Admin the whole fucking time.
Payment information.
Daybreak. Because these allegations have been around for fucking 7 years, mate.
Rumors have been around for 7 years.
Look, well, actually 9 from what Ghost says. See, look. That rumor has been going on for 7 years already.
Bring up the same point again. Let's do it.
To be blunt, something to do with Polecat and miners, and this was in 2020. So head administration you, administration you.
I just want to bring up the fact that he said something to do with polecat miners. No one had any factual evidence to say what it was that polecat did. So I mean, it is bad to say that sentence, polecat with miners, but there's nothing.
Now, when Brandon released all the stuff and Garrett released all the stuff, you saw the people that had values and a moral compass leave the fucking community. As Mac has said so fucking perfectly, this doesn't sit right with me. This is fucked. I'm not going to support a community that has not acted on this. Having been aware of this for...
It shouldn't be on the community to act on it. I do like Macca. I think he's very fun, and I believe we are friends. However, like, I don't agree with that saying. I don't think the community should have to bear what Polecat did on their shoulders. It's not up to the community to do that. It's up to Polecat to step down and move away and let the community run free. That's what it should be on, not the community. The community shouldn't have anything to do with it. Communities, people, innocent people. Polecat's the guilty one. Guilty one from what we've seen. So, the allegations are there. Yes.
For over 7 years.
Needs to be
That's
removed
why.
so that new information can come in, and it has to be done the right way. Or if companies don't have a payment information attached to your profile, they will suspend that profile. So
no, Daybreak, you're not getting the point.
In an order.
You're not getting the point, mate. As soon as Brandon and Garrett released that shit, that community should have died. If that community was based on values,
why should the community have died? Why should the community have died? People will wait. I know many people that were waiting in that community for Polecat to say something, to Polecat to make a statement, for Polecat to leave, for Polecat to do something. People were waiting for Polecat to make a statement to see where they were going to sit. If Polecat was going to say they were going to leave, if Polecat was going to leave, they were going to stay. I mean, it's just one of them.
Everyone should have just fucking left straight away. But no, people stuck around. People were telling me, I've got too many friends in DOJ. As I said before, you don't need to be part of a 5M community to keep your friends. Holy fucking shit.
And that requires people to be...
Who are your friends, Waffle? Bloody... who? Because I don't think you've got many with the attitude you've fucking got.
Be available and people to not be busy. And
yeah, company, exactly.
Me and Matt both have full-time jobs. Again, things are a process. A lot of things were going and playing in the background that you guys don't see. And I understand it's frustrating, but things happen, and they happen in a way that makes it doable, right? We can't just chaotically change things over in a day, because then you have 1,000+ people that are still members of the community that have stayed because they love the community.
So this is the question, right? And this is what I mean when it comes down to values. Do you want to be part of a community that where this guy is a key leader, he's deputy director of the whole community, where he's actively prevented the victim from speaking? Or do you want a community where
he spoke about it on a stream? So Darian didn't have any to say over that.
Shit gets called out, where people will leave if there's behavior like this and that have similar fucking moral fiber. Well, you know, to everyone who remains in DOJ, the fact that you're working for this guy is fucking beyond belief.
Working for? Love the fact he said that, because he's now saying exactly what he didn't want Darian to say earlier at the beginning. Good choice of words, Waffle. Good job.
That end up getting negatively impacted. And one of the biggest missions as head administration and as leadership, whenever you're in a leadership position, whether you're a manager at fucking Walmart or you're helping run a community, one of the biggest things is making sure that your employees or your customers are negatively impacted the least amount as possible.
Yes.
And that's...
And this is the problem. This is the problem with Darian and DOJ in general. He's referred to people who work for us. He's now saying that the approach they took to DOJ was the fact that members were customers. They're not fucking customers. They're members. They're like staff. They're like staff in a business. They're what make the community fucking run. They are not customers. I'm sorry. What the fuck did I just hear?
It's just a way of
Like
putting it.
this
though.
is what is so central to this community.
It's just a way of putting that into perspective for some people. It's easy to compare DOJ to a business and the way it runs, and the members are like customers. They should be listened to, and they should be and things like that. Darren, that's what Darian's trying to say. It's just a comparison for people to understand. It's a very easy comparison for people to understand too.
It does not care about its actual membership. It doesn't give a fucking damn.
I can tell you right now, it does now that Darian and Matt are in charge. I've said this before, I will say it again, there have been multiple changes and policy changes and rule changes to the fact that have changed to better members. Yes, there has.
You've seen that he bans people for bringing up issues, for talking about things. It is not a community. It's not a community. It's a fucking chain of command. That's all it is. That's all DOJ is. It's a chain of command with a few assets, you know, on a game server. That's literally what it is. Yeah, I love Matt too. I've got absolutely nothing against Matt. As I said,
how do you have nothing against Matt, but you have everything against Darian? Matt did the same bloody thing Darian did. Matt waited for Polecat to leave. And you're saying you've got nothing against Matt? If you're in your mindset that you've got this big thing against Darian because he shut people down and things like that, and you don't think Matt was a part of that either, you are fucking stupid. If you think Matt was not a part of that, then you have seriously of that decision and being promoted and stuff and getting head administration, you are fucking seriously mistaken. And you're fucking stupid. I don't understand how you have such love for Matt, but you don't have love for Darian when they did both do the exact same thing. Fucking stupid, man.
You know, my concern is with Darian in the position that he is, and all the admins coming back from, you know, what the fuck's gone on. I'm just concerned Matt doesn't have the support he needs to make it successful. In this situation, honestly, you need someone who knows the corporate world, who knows how to recover reputation, who knows how to build a strategy for the community, who knows how...
Now he's talking about business terms. This guy, he's such an idiot. He's now talking about business, like he's talking business terms with this community. Re-strategizing promotion and stuff, like...
How to...
And reputation.
Engage with its most critical people, i.e. its members.
People. He used the people instead of, because he didn't want to use customers because it's business talk that he's talking about and he didn't want to use the word customers. He's going to engage with his people, which is his members. Love the way he changed that up.
And who has experience in leadership. Now, let me tell you something. Being a commissioner in a game is not leadership. And everything I've seen from Darian is not leadership. At all. At fucking all. And I really hope Matt succeeds. I really do. I honestly do. I love Matt very, very much. He's been personally there for me on numerous occasions, beyond my wildest thoughts. But the problem is people like Darian who have actively fucking banned people.
Matt probably did the same thing, and we're not talking about Matt, are we?
He protected Polecat for a number of years.
So did probably Matt. If Matt was also administration, I'm pretty sure. You're telling me you're just picking on Darian because Darian made a fucking statement. You probably have something against him. Was Darian the one who banned you, Waffle? Did he ban you from the community? Like, what happened there?
Years now saying I didn't know. What a lie.
That is ultimately why some of the things took as long as they did, because the impact needed to be as minimal as possible to our members while still achieving the goal and the outcome that we needed, which was for a change in leadership given the accusations that came forward.
No, James, I'm not saying that. So my valuable time as an FTO in DOJ at the time has gone to waste because we're not getting pyramid schemed or paid. Only they do. Just I don't get what you're saying, James.
Um,
All I'm saying
why
is that
did Ghost leave? Ghost has been leaving for a long time. Ghost has been wanting to leave for a long time. I mean, that's just
yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Ghost
with that
has a
last
lot
comment
of
about
stuff
Darren.
going on in his
100%.
personal life that is his to answer.
And Ghost wasn't very good at RP anyway. He was
That's
just used to
but
fuck around and
do I
mess
think
Somebody
it
everyone
give me
else's
some
shit up.
juice here. I'm just going to jump ahead and
have
find
to
some random
weigh
comments.
how credible things are. Okay.
Let's see what he's talking about here. It's interesting because he's talking about credibility.
Didn't you feel kind of sus about it when you saw it? It would definitely keep me on my toes. I mean, Bibly, in life, a lot of things make you sus. But you have to weigh how credible things are. Okay?
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, I mean, a forum post from 6 years ago with no substantial evidence. Is that going to be enough to sway your life decisions? If it is, you're
I don't know, mate. That's a personal choice. And again, we're not talking about life decisions. We're talking about a fucking online community. So it's much easier to walk away based on values than to do anything in life.
going to make a lot of life decisions that are probably not going to be all that.
In life, this will make you sus. Cringe, Darren, 2022. I love it. I love it.
Wait, what is this? Not out helping with the storm recovery methods when thousands of Florida LEOs are being forced into
Next. Let's
gear
just pick
set
out
up.
some random shit.
I am ready to be activated. But I was not activated. So but yes, if I was activated right now, I have all my stuff set up and I am ready to go and could be there and available and helping within an hour. And technically
Florida storms, I think. So let's keep moving.
chair stream, Jesus. How are you holding up mentally given everything going on right now? Druid, I'm chilling, man. Chilling. I just worked Tuesday. Just worked Tuesday. I work tomorrow. A lot
I
of
need to
good.
hear your life story. Let's just keep moving.
Merriweather is going to be run by Chris. So Chris will be in charge of Merriweather, and then the federal stuff is being worked on. We have a plan for that, but I'm not going to announce it because it's still being worked on. But we have a plan for the federal side of things to make it a little more structured and not as like.
Well, here's
Hey,
an
I'm
idea.
gonna
No,
log
here's an idea.
in.
This is what DOJ needs. Here's a fucking idea. Here's an idea. Let me give you an example of flip side. This is what I said about having Matt needs someone with corporate fucking knowledge because we're going to talk about governance and accountability, right? You've heard about a board of directors. A board of directors in a corporate situation oversees the strategic running of the company and its financial viability.
So now he's mentioning it as a company. I'm glad we're going through this.
The board of directors are not employed by the company. They're not employees. Sometimes the CEO sits on the board. They're not employees. They're independent directors. What they do is they operate the runnings, and the CEO is accountable to the board. The board is elected by the members or the shareholders. So what you see here is circular accountability. The board answers to the shareholders, right? The CEO answers to the board. Employees answer to the CEO. It's a circular motion. So everybody is accountable to somebody. At DOJ, head administration were not accountable to anyone. Now, that's fine for an online community, right? But if you want to create the best community and a really positive atmosphere, everybody needs to be held accountable. Give you a good example. Twitterfile and I, as owners of Flipside RP. One, that's good. There are two owners, not just one. but also we've got James Ludeman in as our chief of staff. So what does that mean? That means that if Twitter and I disagree, James provides his advice to us, and if we still disagree, James fucking decides. It means that at no time are we ever going to be in such an argument that decisions can't get made, and it also helps keep us accountable. You know, it's just so fucking. It's just emo. Just have a look at my Twitter, emo. Seriously, just fucking have a look at. Do these commands still work? Or is it socials? Is it socials? I don't even remember. Jane, what are my fucking commands? I've forgotten. Look, serious allegations have been published by Roadrunner SG and Garrett, two former members of the community, that allegedly, nearly moved that one. This is what we're talking about. Exactly what you're saying. We know, everyone knew about it. Even members knew about it, right? What's up?
Anymore. We're gonna structure it better.
Well, I fucking hope so. Get some accountability in the community. Like, if you had any real life management experience, you would know the checks and balances that are needed to have accountability and run things properly. Unfortunately, Darian doesn't have that because he's only a streamer, right? And he's supposedly a cadet in some, I don't know, some law enforcement agency. I have no idea if that's true or not. But he has no actual management experience. So, and certainly no corporate knowledge, no corporate governance knowledge.
It's a community.
So
It doesn't need corporate knowledge.
that's what a community
it's
needs,
a
right?
community.
To be successful and to be accountable.
Picked one of us and went with it. It didn't really. There was no structure behind it.
So that's how the future of DOJ was decided. We just picked one of us. Oh, Emo, can you please send me those Snapchat messages? So the future of DOJ was decided on, we just picked one of us. There was no structure behind it.
Does it need to be?
It didn't really matter. We're both equally paying for the community.
A coin flip.
What have I just missed?
I mean, we basically just picked one of us and went with it. It didn't really. There was no structure behind it. I guess a coin flip is the closest thing to a.
Oh, a coin flip. Okay.
It didn't
Well,
really
it doesn't
matter.
really matter. Doesn't
To
matter
give you
who's
some
running.
insight, you know, he and Pinky
As long as the
jumped on
values
phone
are the
with me
same,
when I
right?
was in
What
the
values? We're
States.
talking about values in here. The
This
little
past
values,
Christmas,
okay.
spoke to me for hours while I was going through some personal shit. You know, literally called me when I was in DC,
did?
when I was in the state. This is why I'm so concerned about Matt. Like, I love him as well, Lanky. Like, I love Matt to pieces. To give you some insight, you know, he and Pengy jumped on the phone with me when I was in the States
Okay.
this past Christmas. Spoke to me for hours while I was going through some personal shit. You know, literally called me when I was in DC and we spoke for hours and they were there for me. I love Matt to pieces. Love him to pieces. But as I've said all along, my concern is that he's not going to have the support he needs to turn DOJ
We've been
around.
through this already.
Thank you. That's exactly right. Right? It just reeks of it. Absolutely reeks of it. The structure of DOJ does not breed accountability at all.
He can't.
As he said,
Lanky put in the chat, because if DOJ fails now, Darren can continue making content and can blame it on someone else. He can, but he's still accountable. Darren is still accountable. Like, he's 50-50 with Matt. 1 Alpha 1 and 1 Alpha 2 are now 50-50. That's a split. The deputy and director, they're both in charge. They both have a say. So, you know.
HA does not answer to IA. HA can cancel anything IA looks into. Doesn't matter. Like, it's just,
What do you want them to
totally, like,
do?
we've seen it from the inside all along. There is zero accountability.
Or Polecat was the owner of 24/7. For guys, we have talked about this on stream. This is something that we have discussed on stream before, and I'll say it again. The DOJ that you saw in videos and the day-to-day DOJ were two completely different things. Yes, Polecat had a character that was in charge of the 24/7.
Whoa, hang on. Whoa, 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 whoa,
What?
whoa, whoa,
What
whoa,
did he
whoa.
Were
do?
two complete
Whoa, let's pull that back. Let's pull that back.
that you saw in videos and the day-to-day DOJ were two completely different things.
Well, because scenarios were set up to support you and to support Polecat and their streams. I mean, I'm guilty of it. I used to ask people to jump on as dispatch. I had a dispatch notify role in my Discord of people in communications
Well, yeah, things were
department.
set
Because
up.
if I was streaming
Why
and we
are you
didn't
bringing
have a
this up?
dispatcher, I pinged them to say who can jump in and dispatch quickly. Because it sounds better, it looks better, and that's the stress that you're under to produce content that represents.
It's not stress. It's not stressful. You deal with it. If you don't have a dispatcher, you deal with it. I used to deal with it. It sounds better, yeah, but do you need one? No. You deal with it. If you're a good streamer, you'll get past it. Clearly not a good streamer, bud.
It's the community the best. Right? So no, exactly as Darian said, what you see in game does not occur in the community because the community is a toxic fucking shit show. Darian's showing it
Whoa.
even.
That's unnecessary. The whole community is not a toxic shit show. he's just trying to make it bad now. He's so obsessed with making it look bad and making Darian look bad. I'm not sure why he doesn't feel the same way about Matt. I don't get it.
Like, fuck.
Him and
Just- yeah.
Darian must have had
Anyway.
some beef.
Next.
Yes, Polecat had a character that
Oh, fucking another one. Anyway. Fuck, this is what happens when you watch. Not in the community wanted to help. Oh, yeah. I had a much different experience. I'll tell you, actually. Let me tell you about my joining experience. They just wait for these ads to NRT. So my experience joining DOJ, I got
Oh, here we
in.
go. You got in?
And
Good.
I was inactive for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, good job.
Totally inactive for 2 or 3 weeks. And then Frosty, who's in chat at the moment, Max reached out. I did your ride-alongs. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Maxie reached out and said, hey, I noticed you haven't been online. Do you want to do your ride-alongs? And it was only because I had a really good assistant team leader at that stage who noticed that I wasn't active, and I was kind of like, well, what the fuck do? I don't know where to reach out. I've posted messages, asking to do the ride-along requests, and no one reached out, and then Max jumped down in at last minute. So I completely get what you're saying, Stuart. It's a community that is sink or swim. It is literally sink or swim. Oh, I forgot they used to beg for people to dispatch during PC patrols. Yeah, absolutely. DOJ is literally Big Brothers. Big Brother, it runs 24/7, but there's only about an hour's worth of anything going on. And that's when the higher-ups fuck about, like it's GTA Online. Yep, 100%. 100%.
But in the day-to-day running of DOJ, 24/7 had an owner. The 24/7 had a CEO, and it was not Polecat. Nothing will change with the 24/7. I promise. Nothing with that will change.
And that's sad that that's the focus, right? All this stream has been about from Darian.
You skipped half of it.
And this is what's really sad about
He
the
answered
situation for
questions,
the members that
bud.
remain. This stream has been about him not being accountable and him trying to clear his name, and then reassuring people that in-game things won't change.
Because it's a community and Polecat's gone. So he's trying to reassure people that it's changed and there will be change coming because it's a community and people want to see change. So yeah, he did do that.
The most important thing here is the one thing that's missing, and that's your community. Yeah, how is the community going to change? Right? So
Again, that's a process that has to happen with Darian and Matt and the COCs. They all have to come together and talk about it. They can't do that in one day. He can't just get it onto a stream and go, this is going to change, this is going to change, without consulting other people, because there's more than one person doing things for the community.
forget 24/7. Forget Merryweather. Forget how you decided by the coin flip who was going to be.
Nothing with the
It won't
24/7
change.
change.
No,
He
I
had
agree. It's not going to
the
change.
person that was the owner of the 24/7 for his video.
And let me say this, Stu. It's not because of Matt. I think Matt generally knows what has to happen and what this whole process is going to be a shit show. You need to have what we often call a bloodletting in the corporate world. It's a bloodletting. CEO stands down, you clear out the top executive directors, most likely top management, senior managers as well. You clear the whole fucking thing out, right? You employ consultants, they come in, they review the situation, they say, this is your strategy.
We've been through this.
Of the 24/7 for his videos, and that's all it was. The person who made the SOP for the 24/7 and hired new employees and regulators.
So there's an extra vested interest, right? People like Lanky, like Macca, like Ahab, these guys that have fucking left. Lime, who's left as well. Everyone who's left.
Talked about me. I was in that video. Oh my god.
Should be fucking respected and congratulated, because what they've done is they've left a large source of extra income. For some, it's their main source of income. I know for people like Lanky and I, it was just add-on income. But to
it's
leave
not that much income.
As quite often a significant or an important amount of money is at stake.
It's not.
Is huge, and that's when you're making a values decision. But
It's
the
not
fact that they
amount.
just
It's
keep
not that
bolstering
great
up
of an
media team.
income.
People are always going to wanting to get in a media team at DOJ, always wanting to, because of that money thing and that status thing.
The status thing. But the money
His
thing
rank
is,
did not change.
I thought it was going to be a lot better, but it's not.
Denozo's rank did not change. Darian, is there a plan to help civilians if they want to work somewhere like 24/7?
No, probably not.
Ahmed, that would be a question for the Civ department. I don't have the answer to that.
Come on,
That's a
man.
Civ department question.
It is.
Come on, man.
It's a Civ department question. They have their own rules and regulations. They make them up. They do their own thing.
Rakuyo. Me and Matt are 50-50 owners of DOJ.
Yeah, 50-50. So they're
Well,
both
fuck, I hope
accountable.
so.
A change. You guys all know about the Jeff thing. I joined because of Jeff. Didn't even know who Polecat was. I've said all this on stream before.
I joined because of Bugs. I didn't know who Polecat was either. I joined because of Bugs. Didn't really know who Polecat was, so.
Anybody that's been around for a while knows that. Oh my god, Tricky. You're making me look bad? Oh my god.
All this is an hour and 15 minutes of you do it. And I know his values are pretty different from Darian's. He's not chasing money out of this. He's not chasing clout.
But you're
Guys,
chasing
have a
clout.
great.
He is chasing clout. Let's just talk quickly while we can. Waffle, you're also chasing clout, like I'm doing. I'm chasing what's happening. I'm chasing the big topic at the moment. You know, it's gonna happen. But I just don't agree with everything you said. I think you're a fucking idiot. If I'm honest with you, I think you're really stupid. If you really honestly think this way about all this, you've brought up the same point about 7 times for different questions and different answers that Darian gave. Like, you're in no position to say that you have any evidence. You said you had screenshots of stuff. You didn't show anything. You just showed us chat between you and Ghost, where you called them rumors. Basically, you called the people who made up the rumors pricks, and who shared them pricks, and you said it was rubbish. And you keep bringing up that it was rumors, it was allegations for 7 years. No one had evidence 7 years ago. The evidence only just came out now. You know, this year. There was no evidence before, so you're wrong, man, and you need to figure that out before you start putting stuff out there like this, because you honestly there's no value to what you're fucking saying. You're making shit. You haven't made all of the shit up, but you are making shit up on your own opinion and knowledge. You're a fucking dickhead. You haven't brought up any screenshots or anything other than the chat between you and Ghost. Like, you said you had screenshots and stuff at the start. Like, where is it all? Show it to us. Let's see it. You're a fucking idiot, man. I'm sorry, guys. this is my reaction video to this. I'm sure that it's something I'll get some messages from some people. Maybe I won't. That's fine as well. I don't really give a shit. This is more for my own personal thing. Guys, thank you so much for coming today and chilling out. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And if you want to see more stuff like this, like and subscribe, and we will do some more reaction videos to different things. Maybe if this is something that you guys enjoyed. And I've recorded for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm going to try and whittle it down to a little bit less than that because I don't want you guys to get bored. But you can skip through and obviously see it all anyway, so that's fine. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. See you later. And as always, stay absolutely fantastically limey.